Off and running here on a Saturday at the Big A. It's New York City's racetrack, the Mecca, as it's affectionately known. We're glad you're with us. We hope you're tied on for an action-packed half hour on MSG Plus. Jason Blewitt, Maggie Wolfendale, Clubhouse Studios. Good holiday break on your first day back from vacation.
It was absolutely wonderful, the holiday break. I haven't ever been off for 12 days straight. I kind of got a little bit bored, needless to say, but for today to come back on, it was exceptional weather. It was so nice being outside in the paddock.
Look, the paddock was alive and well. People, horses all day long. Temperature, no mistake, up around the mid-50s.
Yeah.
Not bad for late December here in the Big Apple.
It's much better than last year, and so hopefully it continues that way. I know we're going to get a little bit colder, but I don't mind as long as it's a little bit above freezing, at least in the paddock.
The Intertrack fast. And look, speaking of warm weather and bright days, well, the Saratoga Stakes schedule. Yesterday it was Belmont. Today the Saratoga Stakes schedule was released by the New York Racing Association, and in many ways it is beefed up for 2015. And I think topping the list, or perhaps the biggest highlight, Travers Day, which now has 6 Grade 1s.
Yeah, that's right. They moved the Sword Dancer and the Personal Ensign, which also had their purses boosted, and so it'll be a huge day of racing. But needless to say, Jay, I mean, 69 stakes, over 18 million in purse money for those stakes alone. So Saratoga, not that it necessarily needed it, but it got another beef up for 2015.
It is the crown jewel of North American racing. You've got the Travers at $1.25 million, the 5 other Grade 1s, and as you were noting, with the Sword Dancer and Personal Ensign moved to that day, the Sword Dancer now run for $1 million.
Yeah.
You hope you get some European participation. It'll be a big day, a day not to be missed. There's a few other new stakes up there. The Bowling Green on August 1st as a prep for the Sword Dancer, and a couple of the 2-year-old stakes, new stakes for the 2-year-olds on the turf.
Yeah, exactly, and looking forward to those. But as you said, Martin Panza, our racing director here, he's done a really good job at trying to solicit New York racing to those Europeans. And I think with the Bowling Green as a prep and then the Sword Dancer, I think it'll be very attractive for those Euros to come over and spend the summer in Saratoga.
It worked out nicely in the Stars and Stripes Festival, which we will have towards the end of the 2015 Spring Summer Meet across town at beautiful Belmont Park. And talking about some big names and horses we hope will run in the Big Apple in 2015, and we send a speedy recovery to the 3-year-old, soon-to-be 4-year-old filly Taurus, who was injured in yesterday's La Brea. It sounds like she has got a non-displaced condylar fracture in one of her ankles, and she will undergo surgery.
I mean, this was a good effort. She just narrowly was beat by a Jerry Allendorfer horse, who other than him, but set fast fractions. I mean, that is somewhat typical for Santa Anita, but can you believe $2.3 million for this filly at Keeneland?
What a grand slam for her former trainer connections, Todd Beatty. Of course, she broke her maiden here at the Big A last winter. Was all the rage coming in from Penn National that day.
Yes, exactly. People were all over Tars that day. And then, I mean, has made a good career for herself thus far in kind of mid-Atlantic stakes, and took on the big girls yesterday in the La Brea. So hopefully speedy recovery for her, because she's talented.
Yeah, second half of 2015 is where you will likely see Taurus next for Coolmore and trainer Simon Callahan, as we talk about another race on yesterday's opening day card at Santa Anita. I think they had over 40,000. Place looked bombed on TV. They were betting with both fists, and Shed Belief would not be denied as a big odds-on favorite in the Grade 1 Malibu.
He ran his race, that's for sure. Maybe he doesn't want to go this short, but he is game. I mean, he looked beat, as he sometimes always does around the turn, and he just puts those ears flat back and digs in. And Conquest Two-Step at 70+1 was a narrowly beaten second. So it was good to see this horse. The only blemish in his career is that classic, but Jerry Hollendorfer said, I'm ready to move on, put that behind us, and move on to 2015 with a 4-year-old.
He'll be a 4-year-old. We love those geldings. Jim Rome, a part owner. He is a high-profile guy. I think he brings a lot of interest to the game, and we like that. And best of luck to Shared Belief in 2015. Way to close out 2014, though, on a winning note yesterday out at Santa Anita. As we get get back home here to the Big A. Again, a spring-like afternoon. It almost felt like the start of Wood Week with the weather we had today. We've got our featured 8th race going long, 2 turns, a mile and a 16th on the inner track. And here's John Abrial with the call.
Moves up. So it's Dream Saturday and Finding Candy. 1-2 as they go into the clubhouse turn. Dream Saturday is the leader. Finding Candy is down at the rail. Eric the Red runs in 3rd. Charge Now is on the outside in 4th. Then it's Bad Hombre next in 5th, followed by Power World in 6th. On the inside, Money in Your Pocket runs 7th. Mills is 8th. And Ursal trails the field in 9th. The opening quarter mile was run in 23 and 4/5 seconds. Dream Saturday leads by 3/4 of a length, with Charge Now pressing the pace on the outside in 2nd. Length and a half, Finding Candy. In between horses is Eric the Red. And on the outside is a Bad Hombre, who's now moved up. 2.5 length gap to Money in Your Pocket, who races in 6th. Then Power World, Mills, and Ursal, all chasing Dream Saturday, who ran the opening half in 47 and 1/5 seconds. Dream Saturday now in front by 2. Charge Now still in 2nd. And Bad Hombre is 3rd. Farther back, it's Money in Your Pocket on the extreme outside. Mills has now come on through. 3/4 in 1:11 and 3. Dream Saturday has built a 5-length lead with 3/16 to the wire. Charge Now on the extreme outside is Ursal, who's coming on late. Dream Saturday in front. Ursal is gaining ground with a 16th to the wire. Dream Saturday, Ursal on the outside. Dream Saturday wins it by a length. Ursal, a good late run to be 2nd. Farther back.
Wow, wicked pace, Dream Saturday, short to long, and he wires the field in race 8.
And it is easier, I think, Jay, for horses to do this, to stretch out, but he ran really, really well in doing so. I mean, he set quick fractions early on, and the disparity between the first 2 horses and then the rest of the field, it was pretty great, and it really had that field strung out in the early stages of the race. So I think Michelle Nevin has a good horse on her hands, at least for around here during the wintertime, because he did beat a good field.
And beat Waco, first time out for Michelle upstate at Saratoga with the 91 buyer on the Alabama undercard. Came back, had a tough start against Bakken, and Captain Sirius at Belmont. Was coming into this race off a layoff and was terrific with the old veteran speed rider CC Lopez aboard. Good to see, as you noted, Ursal pick up his feet and close for 2nd. His last couple races had not been that good, and I guess Charge Now was just embroiled in that hot pace.
Yeah, it seemed as anything that was kind of chasing Dream Saturday, they didn't have anything left in the tank, and so really kind of complimented his win a bit more.
We've got plenty in the tank. In fact, we're just settling in on the Saturday edition of Aqueduct Insider. We've got a lot more coming your way on the show, so stay tuned with us here on MSG+. Back at the Big A. Again, we're just settling in on this Saturday edition here on MSG+. It is Aqueduct Insider after all. Maggie Wolfendale, Jason Blewitt alongside our clubhouse studios here on the 2nd floor. Good crowd here at Aqueduct over the last couple of days. We do have that calendar giveaway over the next few cards. And keep in mind, we are running Wednesday and Thursday, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
As we always do. And I was a little bit disappointed. I usually like to see the Interborough run on New Year's Day. But now it's the affectionately, at least we're keeping in the line of fillies and mares, but a little bit sad to see that kind of statement piece of New Year's Day on the Big A card, the Interborough, not going to happen. We're going with the affectionately, though, but a lot of good fillies in that.
Right, but no fillies in race number 4, which began the pick 6 today. Good group of grizzled geldings and colts, some older veterans set to go, a mile and a 16th on the inner track, and this 3-and-up $40,000 claimer as we send it back upstairs to John Abrial.
Conspiracy goes out for the lead. Snake Pit is right alongside. Conspiracy goes on with it and has the lead going into the clubhouse turn. Snake Pit runs in 2nd. Newbin Ridge, Isn't He Perfect? Those 2 heads apart, 3rd and 4th. Then a break of almost 4 lengths. Back to Spring Court, and Golden It Is. As they round the turn and head for the backstretch, it's Conspiracy on top by a length. Snake Pit in pursuit in 2nd. 2.5 lengths to Newbin Ridge in 3rd. And on the outside is Isn't He Perfect in 4th. It's another 3.5 to the 2 trailers, Golden It Is and Spring Court. They're midway up the backstretch. Conspiracy continues to lead here. It's Conspiracy by a length over Snake Pit. The opening quarter mile in 24-4 and the half mile in 49 seconds, and now less than a half mile to the wire. Conspiracy holding on to the lead. Snake Pit on the outside. Now it's an 8 or 9 length gap. Back to Newman Ridge, Spring Court, and Golden It Is. Isn't He Perfect has dropped way out of it. Snake Pit now ranges up right alongside of Conspiracy. Snake Pit now takes the lead from Conspiracy, and they're at the top of the stretch. Snake Pit in front. Conspiracy is back running in second. Still that big break back to the rest of them. It is Snake Pit with the lead. Conspiracy has now moved to the outside and is coming back again on Snake Pit. Here's Conspiracy to regain the lead. Conspiracy in front. Snake Pit all out now. Snake Pit comes back again, and Snake Pit's gonna win it. How about that? Snake Pit the winner. Conspiracy was second, and Spring Court finished third.
Sounded like Johnny I was as surprised as all of us. I mean, it looks like Snake Pit's about to pour it on, and then Conspiracy gets to his outside and re-rallies. It
was a very exciting and fun to watch race here, and we see Snake Pit actually drawing away at the end to win by about a length and a quarter. But a bit of it completely changed the dynamics of the race with the start of this one here, with Golden It Is rearing up at the break and unable to get the lead. As we'll check it out here, he is in post number 2, and up he goes. A good job by the jock staying on there, but it really kind of eliminated his chances as he was the post-time favorite.
And Jose Ortiz was able to take advantage of that misfortune with Snake Pit, who on paper and just horse for horse isn't as fast as Golden It Is, but he sensed that. He got Snake Pit up on the engine along with Conspiracy. They ran 1-2 around the racetrack by a very long way, but a tough break there for Golden It Is. For Gary Gullo, who would come back and take race number 5, though, with Maximus Mike. Got to take the body blows here at the racetrack. It's a tough game, but it worked out for Gary about a half hour later as we get it back to race number 6, opening leg of Saturday's $200,000 late pick 4.
And they're off. Stumbling start for number 9, Joking, and number 1, Signature 7 was off slow. Waco is going out for the lead, and Leilani's Ticket is there. Bobby V's on the outside. Joe Mooch and John's Island right together, 4th and 5th, and a break of 3. Joking trying to make up some ground now after that bad start at the back half the moment, and Signature 7. Waco is the leader here. Waco by a half length over Leilani's Ticket, and on the outside is Bobby V through an opening quarter mile in 23 1/5 seconds. They round the far turn. Waco in front. Leilani's Ticket now getting a bit closer on the outside. Waco and Leilani's Ticket, their heads apart. Bobby V is in third. Farther back, it's John's Island and Joking. The field is in the stretch. Leilani's Ticket has taken over the lead from Waco. Bobby V Joking on the outside, along with John's Island as they pass the 8th pole. It's Leilani's Ticket in front. Late move here from John's Island, who continues to gain. Leilani's Ticket, John's Island on the outside. Here comes John's Island. John's Island got it. And off the pace winner, John's Island wears down Leilani's Ticket.
Waco at even money just showed up with a lackluster performance, and it was John's Island rolling late beneath Angel Arroyo.
Yeah, Waco was bad here, Jay. I mean, he had the lead. That's where most of today's winners won. And John's Island, though, is really fun to watch, except for that one time back in May when he beat Noble Cornerstone. But he's really fun to watch. He comes with his late kick for one of our favorite trainers around here, Jimmy Jerkins. And Jimmy having a great winter. Steve Moyer, his assistant, doing a fabulous job in keeping horses here as well as having horses in Florida. John's Island, a nice New York bred solid.
And Angel Arroyo has found a nice niche in that barn. I mean, it all began, I think, with FNX, who won the Empire Classic and won some nice stakes earlier in the season with Angel aboard. And Jimmy has been one of his go-to trainers. And John's Island full of run, running down a fellow New York bred in Leilani's Ticket, that is. Joking ran okay for Charlton Baker. We'll see what the story is down the road with Waco. As we get it to the stretch runs and calls, it's the rapid fire. Pick 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 with Johnny I.
And hello, Zealous. The field is in the stretch. Here's Trance in front here. Here's Trance by almost 3. Prince Raja is giving chase in second. Then Lightning Ron and Scully. They're coming down for the 16th pole. Here's Trance trying to hang in there. Prince Raja all out. Then Lightning Ron. They're coming for the finish. Late run from Oliver Rush. It is a photo between Here's Trance and Prince Raja. In third as the field heads for home. Blue Chips Only looking to take them wire to wire. Blue Chips Only in front with Grandpa Len under the whip and all out in second. Brother Ralphie is third. They've passed the 8th pole. It's Blue Chips Only with the lead. Grandpa Len second best. Blue Chips Only, a wire-to-wire winner. Grandpa Len was second, Brother Ralphie third, and a big break. Back to half in 46 seconds. Marble Falls steps away now. Marble Falls in front by 4. Then it's Key Saint-Moi. Aleander's putting in a late run on the outside. Aleander trying to get to Marble Falls has got a 4-length lead. Aleander so far back early, still making progress, but Marble Falls is going to win it here. Marble Falls by a diminishing 2 lengths. Aleander was second. Big break. Back to perfect. Who's picking off horses here. Maximus Mike has swept to the lead here. Maximus Mike in front. And Frogman Mel, All Over Me, Face the Race, and Rocket Hero. Maximus Mike with that big move coming to the top of the stretch, and Maximus Mike is on to victory here, and he's going to win decisively. Maximus Mike by better than a half dozen lengths. Frogman Mel was second. It's a photo for third. Field turns into the stretch. Shotgun Love leads by 3 lengths now. Stonely Heart is all out in second. Zippity Zooms on the outside. Then Rice and Beans, Jilly Mac, and Hatta's Appeal. Shotgun Love is in front as they come down for the 16th pole. Stonely Heart now getting closer. Shotgun Love, Stonely Heart, Zippity Zoom on the outside. The 3 of them come to the wire together. Photo finish. At the end, it was between Stonely Heart and Zippity Zoom. Shotgun Love stretched together. Kate Pomeroy now shakes clear. Kate Pomeroy in front by 4. Tummel cannot keep up with Kate Pomeroy. Good Harbor is third. Farther back, Island Sunset is fourth. It's Kate Pomeroy with a commanding lead here as they pass the 16th pole. Tummel, Good Harbor on the outside. Good Harbor takes second. Kate Pomeroy is the winner. Jose Ortiz gets his third victory today. Good Harbor was second, and Tummel finished.
Late double sweep for Jose Ortiz and trainer Michelle Nevin. As Johnny mentioned, Jose won 3. Michelle Nevin took down the late double. 2 wins on the afternoon. Kata Pomeroy in the last. She does a great job.
She does, especially first off the claim, as we saw with Kata Pomeroy here. And she really is a great horsewoman, Jay. She takes excellent care of her horses. I mean, you go in the barn, they're bedded down, about as tall as me. They're well fed. They carry their conditioning. She just makes them feel great. And I just love the work she does, and it's proof is in the pudding. As she's hitting, what, high 30% now for this Aqueduct
30%. Won her first Grade 1 back at Belmont Park in late October or early October with the Frizette winner By the Moon. And there is a look at race number 7 with Shotgun Love, who was a tough luck loser first time out. And I use the word loser very loosely because this is a filly that ran terrific for Dominic Schettino. And
she, you know, on her dam side, there's every single horse, every single sibling that this dam has produced has been a runner. She's a half to Lovely Sin, not to mention several others that just know how to win. And she was 7-1. She was broke from the inside, which is always tough for a first-time starter, let alone any horse. Didn't get away that quickly, rushed up, ran fast. I mean, she ran fast in those early fractions and just got beat a half a length. You're not going to get 7-1 next time.
No, you will not. Ruben Silvera, by the way, Linda Rice picked off everybody there in the last jump with the 5 Zippity Zoom, who is a second-time starting filly by City Zip, which leads us to another outstanding stallion. Mentioning City Zip, it is the Frost Giant New York bred standout on this Saturday at Aqueduct, and we give it to Johns Island, who won an open company, high-level allowance race back in the 7th.
And he is by Posse, and that's a horse who sires a lot of New York breds as well. So he's now 4 for 13 lifetime, just under hitting 30% for his career himself. And he's, like I said earlier, he's a really fun horse that Jimmy Jerkin's done really, really well with.
And give Eric Bishop a shout. Emails up there, eric@sunrisestallions.com, 516-606-9768. The 2015 breeding season right around the corner, and Frost Giant, the man, standing at Keen Stud. As we move on to the rider standings with another card down. For the record, this was day number 39, going back to the fall meet included. But Jose Ortiz, the hot riding star, the hat trick, and he's number 1.
Ooh, he's pulled away with a vengeance here, leaving brother Irad Ortiz way back with a 7-win deficit there, and Manny Franco also having 13. It's funny, all 3 of them were roommates at one time as well.
And Junior Alvarado was back off a layoff or injury, I should say. Rode yesterday, scored in today's 3rd for Bill Mott. Good to have Junior back. Was injured in a spill here back in November. Now, David Jacobson won 3 races yesterday. Shut out today, had 3 relatively short horses or short-priced horses that came up empty. Linda Rice with 5. Todd Pletcher unleashed a good-looking 2-year-old by Tappet down at Gulfstream Park today. He's got 5 with Byron Hughes running the show as we check out the claims with another Saturday down and a bevy of action in the racing office.
Yeah, lots of action here. We saw a 2-way shake on Oliver Rush, who did manage to get up for 3rd in that opener, and also Golden It Is. Michelle Nevin, watch out for that one next time, because Gary Geller did a great job with him, and he's a horse that just knows how to win when he doesn't rear up coming
and
out
here's
the gate.
Constantine, good call. Golden It Is knows how to get it done when he breaks alertly with the field, and Constantine claimed out of the first. Did not run well as the beaten favorite for David Jacobson. We'll see what trader Patrick Quick can do with him down the road at 12-5. For us down the road is the final segment, the Sunday preview, as the sun begins to set, both here at the Big A and on Aqueduct Insider. Quick reminder, live racing here at Aqueduct Wednesday, December 31st through January 4th. And we've got a stakes, an old-time stakes lined up next Saturday, the Jerome.
It's already here, Jay. The start of the 3-year-old prep season for the Kentucky Derby. And it kicks off here in New York with the Jerome Stakes, and one that will be followed by the Withers, and then perpetually the Wood Memorial here in the opening weekend of April.
Last couple of winners, Vijack and Noble Moon of the Jerome. Noble Moon's run sneaky good against some tough horses lately for Leah Giamatti, and see who answers the bell next Saturday, already January 3rd, as Maggie said, as we preview the Sunday action here at the Big A. There's a couple, in fact, of stallion stakes on the card tomorrow afternoon, and we get you to race number 3, the 5th Avenue, with the Lewis Dinner, who's going to be a huge favorite.
Yeah, she has to be off this effort in the Key Sense last time. She's never been off the board. She does have speed, and which is good around this Aqueduct Inner Oval, but there's also some other horses that have speed too, so we'll see what kind of trip she works out.
Blinkers on, outside post for Oh My God Donna, who's looking for the hat trick.
Now, she does come in here second off the claim for Chris Englehart, in which she won here, and hey, she's a dirt sprinter. We learned that after her first race, but I like her tactically. She can let that speed go out in front of her, still lay close enough, and come with a closing kick, as we'll see here in this starter race. So she is stepping up in company, it must be said, but it looks as though she has the goods to do so.
Likely second choice for Chris Englehart with the apprentice Angel Cruz, who does not have that apprentice allowance, 120 pounds with Oh My God Don. As we get you to the second of the 2 stallion stakes a bit later in the day, it is race number 5 for the 2-year-olds at 3/4 on the inner track, and a look at Disco Partner, who broke his maiden first time out.
This was a fast son of Disco Rico for Jimmy Ryerson in his debut. Very green, as we see him running on the wrong lead there, kind of all over the place, and the jockey, Junior Alvarado, sounded like Johnny I there for a second. You know, hard work on him to get the job done, but you never know. This did come up with a fast figure, but was the competition good? It's kind of a touch-and-go guessing game with him.
I do know the competition was good for Clockwork, who broke his maiden first time out at a big price, was a narrow 4th in the Notebook second time out. Do you like this horse from the rail.
I do. I loved him this day in the paddock. Best looking son of Newmark I've ever seen, that's for certain. And didn't run badly against, as you said, much tougher horses in the Notebook, and finishing behind Regal Minister, who was bad in the Damon Runyon, but the horse that finished behind him, that was Rudy's horse, forgetting his name at the moment, that was Good Luck Gus.
He's good.
He is very good. He came back with authority in the Damon Runyon, so I like this horse tomorrow.
All right, a bit later, race number 8, we'll call it the co-feature. Essentially 3 co-featured races on tomorrow's card. $69,000 allowance for the fillies and mares, and we get to Amulet, who's coming back to the Big Apple.
Yeah, this is a nice filly for Bruce Levine and Roddy Valente in here. She's banked over $140,000 in 2014, and you know, her figures from out of town, which have been her last 3 races, lay over this field. But I mean, I know it's out of town. You get a little bit, you know, uncertain about that. But her races here are good enough, too, to handle this field.
I like Lunar Surge, the gray, who I think will appreciate, we hope the weather's good tomorrow. I think she appreciates getting back on a dry track.
This wasn't a good, I thought she had dead aim here, Jay, in this very short 4-horse field, and just came up empty, in my opinion, as we see America going on, who we'll see in the Affectionately later on New Year's Day. I mean, I'm with you. She'll appreciate it, but I don't know. I feel like she might be heading in the wrong direction.
Do you like Holiday's Jewel at all, who was splitting horses in the green blinkers?
I thought she did run well in that spot last time against Lunar Surge, but she's a filly who just kind of runs consistently okay. And, you know, is her okay going to be good enough to beat these fillies tomorrow?
And a racing rarity tomorrow afternoon. 3 half-brothers in races 6, 7, and 9 are all competing on tomorrow's card at Aqueduct.
That's right. Moonlight and Beauty will send out 3 sons tomorrow. Cool. It is very cool, with Giant in the Moonlight, who is very talented, for Bruce Brown. And then later on, Apollo 11 making his 3rd start of his career for Rudy Rodriguez. Actually a bye, a 2-year-old bye for the Elkstone group. And we'll see if he can kind of live up to his siblings, who have been good thus far.
And Pisces by Moonlight's the one that is a sandwich between his 2 brothers. He'll go in race number 7, but like you, I'm looking forward to all 3 of them, but especially Apollo 11, who's by Medaglia d'Oro. They paid around $200,000 for him, and I think he takes a step forward going long. As we say goodnight, always a good time with you, Maggie, in our clubhouse studios. We're glad you're back from vacation. We thank you for tuning in, and of course, Chucky's got to give the salute after getting it done in the Saturday feature. We'll see you tomorrow right here from the Big A.